Hey, Planeswalkers, Mythras here. Hope you're doing well and staying safe. Appreciate you tuning in for today's episode of Top Deck here, where we are drilling into a top 50 Azorius Magecraft deck, also known as Azorius Delver Magecraft. Now, a lot going on in some interesting things that we're going to talk about here today in this episode. So stay tuned with that. Now, I appreciate you tuning in, flipping that like if you enjoy the video. On top of that, if you have questions, if you have comments, navigate down below. You can let me know there, or feel free to pop over into the Discord server. That information is available to you in the details, along with this deck list, the timestamps where we'll break down the strategy objective of this deck. We'll go into your boarding for best of 3. We'll then go play competitive Magic today in standard in both best of 1, best of 3, and then we'll do a look back on today's episode and talk about this deck and where it might sit in the meta. So wanted to give you something different. I know the world is going on right now. I felt that this one's pretty unique. So certainly stoked to be covering it here. Now, quickly again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Great way to stay connected down below in the description, and great way to support the channel. So thank you always, and lots of great benefits to you as well. So here we go with our Azorius Magecraft deck. This one is by Trail. Congratulations, Trail. This deck was played a little bit previously. So for those of you that don't know, Magecraft was something that came out of Strixhaven here. What happens is this ability is going to trigger whenever you cast an instance or sorcery spell or copy. So this is a big thing. So this guy, Clever Luminancer in this case, gets +2/+2. The other big one here is Leonin Light Scribe, gets +1/+1 for all creatures, which is beautiful. Stacks well with Clarion. Now we get a bunch of cheap spells going on here to enable, which is huge. A lot of pump, lots of moving things around. We got Delver added in now. This is a big pickup for this deck. And because we got so many spells, we can show that and get that 3/2 flyer out very, very fast. The most interesting thing about this deck is, maybe you haven't noticed yet, when I first looked at it, I'm like, oh my, where are my lands? So we don't got a lot of lands here. But you do get a Miri's Call, you do get Seagate Restoration. This thing is fast. You're going to take the pain here for the 3 if you need it, your own spike. But we can show that 8 lands. But then you pop these in, we're running 16. Very thin. We curve out 2. So very important to keep in mind. I did arrange the sideboard here to make sure that when you do hit things like Guiding Voice, you got the Learn mechanic still available. You can pull things like Environmental Sciences, Teachings, Expanded Anatomy. Certainly you can grab other things, but you do in this deck want a lower curve to keep things moving quickly. So it's going to be fast. It's going to be furious. I really like what we have going on. It's got a kind of go wide strategy at times as well. So this is certainly more on the aggro side, so keep that in mind. Some of the strategy of this deck too, you're definitely going to want to make sure you have a creature. Certainly if you can get lucky, one of these 1-drops, but worst case scenario, 2-drop obviously as well. So that's going to be a big kicker in terms of what we got to pay attention to. Again, a little added hint here. We do have 18 creatures, so it's kind of like an Aura's deck a little bit, but on that Magecraft focus and spell focus. So very excited about this to play. Let's go ahead now and talk about the sideboard as we cover the strategy and the objective of this one. We're excited board now 3 ways: aggro, mid-range, and late game. We like to do that. Aggro is going to be things like mono white aggro, which we covered yesterday, actually 2 days ago, which you can check out. You also got mono green aggro in that space. Boros aggro are a lot of the key decks in the meta right now. And Gruul werewolves you could slightly consider in that space as well. And then a host of other things that you might run into. Here, what you're going to want to focus on is things like Fateful Absence, killing out key creatures. You can flip in the Jwari Disruptions, help slow down their curve and remove those things. If you play mono green, I would pop in Redain, because that's going to slow down your opponent's lands. And you can do that for mono white too. So those are big pieces. Those give you the over the top strategy, which can really help you there as well. What would I flip out? You could always flip out some spells. You could flip out some creatures if you have to, but those are some things to kind of pay attention to for what you want to do there. I'd probably pop out 2 spells. And we actually have more lands here, so just keep that in mind. You could always play a little bit slower on the turn 2 there. Drop Next, we got mid-range. Mid-range is going to be a couple of different decks. Again, werewolves could be one. We could also consider Stompy at times as well. You might run into Is It Dragons. You will run into Is It Dragons. There are some other Temple decks out there too to keep an eye on in this space. So those are things that I would consider. If they're more creature-based, similar side. If not, then I'd begin to think about Melvin Hermit or Test of Talents here to begin to move towards that control kind of matchup and protection. Last but not least, we got late game. Late game is going to include mono black control. We got Is It Turns. We also got Dimmer control and Azorius control. So a lot of things there in that space. Also for the mid range, I missed Slizzy mid range you could run into. But for that late game, we're gonna really pivot hard into that control magic. Go with Melvin Hermit and the Test of Talents. Maybe you want to throw in the Jawari Disruptions there as well. So that is what we have for the deck lineup, the strategy objective, and those things. Let's go ahead and bring it home and go have some fun here today and play that competitive Magic. So certainly looking forward to this. This deck, again, as I mentioned, is by our friend Trail. We did the mono white aggro one yesterday. Today we are doing Azorius Magecraft. Let's do it. Now, very excited, like I said, about this. Magecraft was, as some of those call it, on the Multiverse channel, Scamcraft. But we will see how that ends up for us here today. So we do have Delver. We do not have, well, we do have Seagates. We can keep this. So I'm going to pound right into that and take the risk. Ooh, that could hurt. Double Delver. We'll pay the 3. Be extraordinarily aggressive. Start ramp feed. All right. Do we hit? Do we hit? Do we hit? Do we hit? Decline. We will do this again. Now, in this case, ooh, Temur. So we can do this. And then this. There we go. As long as they aren't running board wipes. They could be running board wipes, which could be a problem. If not, we will find out, I guess. Now, ideally, we'd like to keep that alive. All right. We can reveal. So a double reveal there for us, which is huge. Let's add our +1/+1 counter here. Let's go grab our environmental, because now we can go grab our blue again. Pump. There's our 1 land. We're doing this to save their later. Now, they have to have that board wipe. Otherwise, they're done. There it is. So that's what I was talking about. We'll pull that back. Temur ramp. So we talked about it. We caught it. Now it's more about what are we going to do here. We'll take action. And here is this. And that's how that one works. It's too much of a bummer. Let's do this. pickaxe. Oh, we'll decline. Let's get this guy on board. There we go. So it's probably a turn that's sitting up there with the flyer. There's our turn. Now we can tap if we need to. Gonna save that though until I want to hit something. See how they do this. Oh. There we go. Another turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll have enough. There it is. All it. Now I get a bunch of these things. Ooh. We have 3. We're not gonna be able to kill that. They got lethal. What can we do here? Let's put that one back. Seven of those still would have been good. Play out. We'll let them attack. Oh, couple things. Could have been close. Could have been close. So if we would have, if we figured they had the wipe, we've seen this deck before. If we could have got around the frost and the fire, we would have been just fine. We would have been just fine. But that is how these things go. So again, fast one. We did get to see a decent amount of the stuff there. We didn't get to see a lot of the Magecraft trigger stuff yet. So hopefully we can get that here in the next 2 best of 1 matches or best of 3. So this is not a starting hand we want. No creatures. This is better. We have creature, creature, creature. Keep this. What do we want to get rid of? Let's get rid of this. Blue. This is a huge risk, by the way. We'll be able to pop a Delver if we have to. Alright, so we have an Orzhov control deck. Try it again. There's blue. So we can go... Right. Go and double blue. Kaya's good here. Let's see what they do. Alright, maybe we'll get our flip here. There we did. So let's grab our second Delver. Now, they could have Blood on Snow, which would wipe me. I committed hard there. If they don't have Blood on Snow, we'll be in a good spot. Alright. We'll keep that. Pain on what they play here. That's fine. Now, I think we could have popped that. That's a sorcery, though. So I might have missed that trigger. Draw. Delver or Luminancer? I probably hit the Delver. That is a lot. Get it next turn. Oh. Definitely a fun deck, but we ran into the same problem that we did with Magecraft before. It gets a little, can get a little dicey. But at the same time, you can see why the best of three is could excel. Because there are some things that you can do. Make it work. That is not one of them. Exile. Drop your shambling in. Wipe my board. That hurts. That hurts. Wait. Now, at this point in the match, this would be really hard for us to come back. They have all the control that they need. They can consistently move their person off and take mine out. And we are going to call that a game because we are not coming back. We don't have the ability to come back. We need 2. We're not drawing more than 2, and we fall to gold 3. All right, third and final best of 1 match. Can we pull it off here with maybe Scamcraft? We'll see. Best of 3 will be a different game, but it's all good. Satoshi. All right. Tricky on the lands again. Try it. Ooh. We want that. We will take action. There we go. All right, so we pop this one on the board. Do this. What do we get? Take action. Want to do? Do we want to do another one of those? Pretty powerful there. There we go. There we go. Wipe the board, we're dead. If they don't, oh, they route themselves back. So 5 is board wipe territory. Doom Scar. If they Doom Scar me, we're in trouble. Nothing we have in this deck. Sideboard would have been okay. They can crack that and hit Seagate if they want. Let's do this. Do this Cedar Flyer. Oh, force him to wipe. It's the wipe. A Leer deck. Not bad. See, and this goes back to the mana issue that we talked about a little bit at the beginning. Not enough in the deck. Now, they don't have a ton that they can play here, but they can protect everything. They can play that, push it back. Oh, no, they can't because they have a counter. So now they can hit it though with Divide. But we'll get our one on. What we're aiming for. Could play Clarion Spirit. I didn't want to give them all the extra guys on blocks. They'll get the life either way. Oh, there's their exhibition. Alright, we're not coming back. That points again. All control decks against our kind of aggro decks, so that's what happens. Not lined up right there. Shufflers against us today. That's alright. Ooh, look at those sleeves. Those are pretty cool. Alright, here's what we got going on. We are going to go play our best of 3 now. Azorius Magecraft once again. So for those of you tuning in, we did not do well. 0-3. Deck. Open was it? I was actually open at least one. Mr. Boo. Top 50 deck too. Best of 3. Shutting things down right. It's all about the board and Mr. Boo. That's all it is. All about the boarding. Did we hit? We did not hit any creatures. We're gonna mulligan. There, we got one. We get a light. Yep, keep that. Let's get rid of one of those. Uh-oh. Gruul. Gruul it is. Ooh, Temur. There you go. Now we can wait. Let's see what they do. Really need to decide. So depending on what they do here, we can tap Ezekia's. We don't want to flip it back. So we gotta be careful. Actually, let that hit. Uh-oh. Burn? Here comes burn. I can't do anything. Take up the Muriel's call. Could save my guy. Mr. Boo. Play a mid-range deck then. In a tough spot, friends. Control and board wipes what you need against this deck. I ate the Shatter Skull instead of wiping my board. Maybe they had a second one. You know the math on it. 6, 8, 7. I called it. They had a second one. Alright, we're gonna go to the third match. Second match. Not running hot with this deck, man. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? We want the creatures. This I'm not as worried about. This I will take. What do we want to pull? There we go. I like this stuff better. Yeah, and we'll go from there. Enter first. So we'll see how it goes. We just need a little land love here. Mr. Boo. Oh, well, we did get this guy. I guess. Try it. Not the best. Top 30. Top 50 deck. I haven't seen this one in a while. I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, an interesting off-meta deck. Whoa, sleep deprivation. I'm sorry. Ooh. There we go. Not gonna block. Now we have our Fading Hopes. Going full control, by the way. on the stack. I'm gonna pop that thing back. You want to move them. There we go. Lots of buffing here. We need 2 spells. Boom, boom, boom. 14 damage. Now that was bad. Now that was not bad. We finally saw the explosiveness of the deck. Alright. Look at that. Keep it. Mr. Boo. You didn't see that one coming. That hurt. Did we get what we wanted? We did actually for once here. Keep this. Try it. Anyway. Oh, they got the ramp that they needed and wanted. They'll tap Magda here. This one's gonna hurt us. Turn 3 gold spam. Turn 3 gold spam. Ooh. Time for the kill. Chariot. That's fine. What do we want to do here? We can do this. Another 3. I think we do this. We can do this. While they trade. Right. They might have something else on. Trade. Slows a lot down. That's why I'm trading. They need to pop it again. They can do that if they want. But make it big. Ooh, they didn't do it. Alright. Wait on that one. There we go. We'll see. Turn to bait. We got 5/5s on the board. If they don't have lethal here, we blocked enough out. We could maybe get them that way too. Let's see. Other dragon. So they're gonna have 2 flyers now. Haste. So I cannot come back from this because they have need 1 more blocker. Or something to kick the dragons back. Too bad. Oh, well, we had 1 explosive match. We got to see how it worked. But not good. It's not good today. Going backwards, but hey, it happens. You go on a heater, kind of think you're on a heater, but we'll say that for now. Anyway, let's go back, check out our deck here today. Want to do something different. This was not a Worlds deck. Certainly a top 50 deck, which is cool right out of the gate, giving you something different to play. However, for us, it just did not hit the spot today. So it happens. We know that. Always got to take a little bit more matches than what we have here, but that's what we got time for. So again, Azorius Magecraft here today on the channel. Pretty interesting. Lots of components from previously. Very explosive deck. We saw that when it hit. You definitely want those creatures. The mana struggle can be real. We saw that as well, so keep those things in mind. Best of 1, we went 0-3, not so hot. Best of 3, we went 1-2. Ultimately lost. We had a very explosive second match there, which is pretty neat. So where do I think this sits in the meta? Even though it turned out to do really well here explosively out of the gate, definitely in the sideboard, it's going to help you in test talents, all that stuff for a lot of key stuff in the meta. The deck that we played here, certainly a popular deck still as well, but you know, not that 40% of the meta as well. So keep those things in mind. Now, here, for retrospective, again, best 1, probably tier 2, tier 3. Same thing with best of 3. Just not enough juice. You got to really draw it well, and there's a lot of things working against you, unfortunately, in this deck. So, but it happens. Really enjoyed it. Thank you, Trill, for sharing. I think it's a fun list nonetheless. Congratulations on hitting the top 50 with this deck. So for those of you that tuned in today, again, appreciate your support. Flip me a like if you enjoyed today's video. Flip me a like if you felt sorry for me losing, but it happens. So the list is available to you in the description, along with the Discord server information. You can go check that out. We got lots of stuff coming. I'm going to get some tournaments going again here. And then last but not least, Deck list is there, and great ways to support the channel. And stay tuned. So lots of benefits to you as a YouTube member or patron. Things I like doing, like deck list reviews and those things. And don't forget to stay up to date, because we got all things going on this channel. We got standard top decks, historic top decks. We also have jank. We got Friday night meta. We got tier lists, and I will get back to some live streaming here. So very cool. YouTube members do get some cool live shout outs and highlights and stuff, I guess, now for live streaming. So looking forward to that as well. So love seeing those notes. Until next time, Planeswalkers, you stay safe. I hope you enjoyed the Azorius Magecraft deck. Hopefully it does better for you than it did for me, because that's what I always bless and hope for you. So take care until next time, Planeswalkers. Mythras